Good morning, good afternoon, Rotary members. We're going to try something different and try to see what happens. Start at 12:30. I know some of these, some haven't, but we're working our way to see how it goes. Okay, can we stand and pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Chip, what's that song for today?
Want to do prayer first?
Prayer. Oh, you always know.
You have an option. Please join the prayer of meditation as I say, bless this food to our use and us to thy service. Amen.
Amen. Okay, we're going to turn to page 21. And let's see, yeah, at the bottom, you're a grand old fire. What do I rest?
You're reading them all. We have everything repairing today.
Yeah, John Burtis. John Burtis.
Welcome back, John. Welcome back, Diane.
Diane, too.
Good to see y'all whenever we can.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any announcements or other?
Yeah, I've got this one quick announcement. For those who don't know, you may wish to avoid or you may wish to go. On July 30th is the 100th anniversary of the Pony Cross in the Big Center. So, from what I read, they're expecting like 40,000 guests. Well, you may see the aisle and actually see it.
Is that everyone's fully the district or the group going together or just the FYI?
Just an FYI.
All right, thank you. All right.
Betty's on Zoom.
Hi, Maddie.
She's waiting.
Welcome. All right. And so good having you. Okay, do we have any happy dollars today? Happy dollars.
There is a rumor that I was traveling when you were in London and Paris and Greece. It's not true. I went back to Yale because I had to do some postgraduate work. I like to get my GED because I'm now the new president of UVA coming in a couple of weeks. I just got that transfer, and my bonus will get my Buick fixed, so it's really good. I have me back $50. We're great shit about
So how many happy dollars today? There we go. And you got that. Thank you very much and welcome back again. And look, let's keep coming hands up. Okay, I'm George.
Yeah, $500.
$500.
Well, yeah, right. Listen, you know, in this organization, I was in a security, and I had to have certain people working for me, and I had to have a lot. And it's not Burtis who is my maid. And Bill Stram was in here, must be good. There are a lot of new people, newcomers that come, and you have not given me your phone number. It's good. And so, yeah, Bill Sam probably watching you if you don't, take care. And if we leave all this place, then here's, this is gonna see it. He will take care. If you talk to somebody about giving me your phone number. You don't hear it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Try to give their phone number to Thomas.
You're right. Don't do it. Don't do it.
$20 for several reasons. I am truly glad that John Burris is back. I've given him a lot of crap over yesterday. But I'm glad to see him this time. And secondly, I'm glad I had a conversation with Tom before the meeting. And I had some cadaver bone put in my back when I had my back fusion a month ago. And I didn't know, of course, where it came from until Tom told me that he sells cadaver bone. So,
I like to use them. Hi. How much?
How happy were you, Paul?
Oh, 20.
Did your hand drop, Diane? Oh, no. So, yeah, first, Jimmy, down the door. Any other,
We have 4 grandchildren living with us, same family, and they are all in drama camp at the Palace Theater this weekend. They for Musical Junior, which opens on Friday, a week from next Friday. So we're delighted that they're all 4 of them are at the show. And one of the youngest, my little 8-year-old granddaughter, about that high, is you know what happened? And I said, no, what happened? So I got to figure out how far I wanted. Oh, I'm a baby kangaroo. I got to teach for grandkids. And you better be
all right. Very check. All of them, actors and actresses to be, correct?
That's it.
All right. Very good. And again, okay, Walter.
I've got $50 happy for several reasons. First of all, we had 7 grandchildren visiting us. And the income to those 7 grandchildren make up a total of 13. And my kind neighbor loaned us discounts. That was nice and Paul. That's not to be happy about. The other thing is, although my 80th birthday is not until the end of August, because all the family was going to be here, we decided to pretend that yesterday or the 4th was my 80th birthday. And someone got the bright idea of participating in the parade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And some of you may have seen that my daughter from California threw up signs on the side that said "Happy 80th birthday, Walter." I saw that, but I didn't think that was you. It's not your style. But anyway, it was fun, and the family was sort of walking along the truck, and every now and then they start singing "Happy Birthday." And then, wow!
Yeah.
So you have to it was breathtaking. That's $50.
Happy birthday, Leslie.
Happy birthday again. Appreciate it. Okay, any other happy dollars? Happy times? All right. Moving on then, cleanup parks. Okay. I'm new at this, so who does cleanup parks? You do, and you actually got the highest star. Who's got, okay, who's got the highest star? Probably was. Okay. And so I give it, well, somebody needs to do the accounting, then be. You're on.
Go on where the cards are.
And so now, like, out of this deck, I'll put this back in here.
Gotta be getting kind of low in that, it's in there.
Okay, here's our deck and the shuffle, and you get the pick from it.
95.
Hey. We'll have to shuffle blindly. Alright.
Good luck, Jim.
Shuffle card. Alright, okay. With the cards, so I heard the card, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that card over to the, okay, it's going to go this, odds are getting better. And
So let's get a little bit.
so how much is?
I don't know yet.
You won't serve the amount that you, the grand amount that you shall receive.
How long does it take to count?
Yes.
I get how much he gets. We're like, sure, that ain't my buddy over here.
We do just one reminder, end of the month, we are gonna be, Rotary is free to staff the food truck for smalls. We had 5 volunteers, Haley, Jim, Bill, Pete, Graham, and myself, so I'm.
What's the date again?
It's the 20.
It's July 30th.
No, it's the Saturday, it's the last Saturday, sorry.
That's the 26th.
26, yes. So we not only encourage, of course, our rotarians to show up to your shift or running the food truck for school. Again, we are going to be into the profit of that, running the food truck. But we need you to come out as other rotarians to attend the concert and buy more stuff from the food truck. If you wouldn't mind, support the effort. Tell your friends. That's it. All right. Yeah, so I'm supportive because we get 60% of profits from that food truck. 60%. Oh wow, that's a really shame. We can do well.
We get so.
We get 60% for staffing the food truck.
And John Burtis is treating.
Oh.
Don't throw my money in there.
It's not the beer truck.
You know, we never paid his bar bill at a beach for the, last year. He didn't come next year, so he can chill.
That takes one good this year.
Well, you're still in the club in spite of the $35, and Chip gets 9.
Oh, Chip get $9. Okay. Well, the grant fund gift card, this is yours.
Yes. Do they ever think?
Okay, do we have any members that have any application forms for the December for the satellite club? Because there are a number of things we've already had in line for the satellite club, except members. We have to have a minimum of 8 members. Bill had 5 names, but we haven't gotten any other contact information. They were sent out. Does anyone have any members, other members to join? Potential members to suggest to join? Yeah. Got 5 names? Thank you. You have contact information?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll send the forms, I'll email them to you this afternoon.
This is what we need, just get it to me this afternoon, so we now officially have 10 potential members for the satellite club that will be treated as members of our club, because our club is a component of the host club.
Those are just names of people. I've not talked to them, I don't know if they're interested, just people, they're just prospects.
Oh, I love that. Do you, to see if they're interested, if you want.
You want me to?
Yeah.
I will.
Because you would need to talk to them just to say, this is the
I thought
business.
you just wanted names, okay.
So it is the same routine as joining the club. Basically, you just have a sponsor, a mentor, or someone you know in the club. And if you, even if you don't know that well, there's a link to the clubs that joins the community and makes them feel more comfortable rather than coming in, they don't know inside.
Hey, what's the number like now we have potential?
Well, we have 5 from Bill and 5 from Matt.
But I haven't talked with them either. I'll talk with them.
Okay, right,
I've been working on them, but
okay.
There's a sense when the club might meet for the first time, the satellite club.
Yes, we had started, we initially thought in July, but now we're pushed to like mid-August. We already have talked to, in initially multiple places, but it's looked like we're gonna be, when the group gets together, the committee gets together, the hotel of Northampton is very, 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 very interested in having us come. They won't charge us anything special. The best night for them is it's working.
the battery's dead.
Sorry. I'm talking
I've
about
had,
Hotel Northampton, Saturday night, Saturday evening, 6 o'clock, because this is people who work like 9 to 5 job. So approximately 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, just twice a month. And they don't have to meet every week like we do, but this is for people who have less flexibility so that we can expand our membership. They are part of the host club, so they can come to our meetings also, and we can go to their meetings for makeup or just to visit. And when we have activities, they are invited to our committee, our activities, as if they are host club members, because they are. We are looking on the news, of course, the youth will be left because they will be paying for a meal for every meeting. They will be able to order meals from Hotel Northampton, their menu. And so they can take anything from water to a soda pop to a lunch, because they just have lunch, they don't have dinner, but they have some good selection of foods. And even if they want a cocktail, they can do that. And so this is where we start, and they're go with new community service, so they will be working with us as well as developing their own community projects. And so any members of our group can do anything with them, we'll let them know what we're doing. They can work with us, like picking up trash, et cetera, doing community service. How we can do any projects that they decide that they want to do. But it's still the number one thing, because we got almost everything else other than determining dues, which will be again less than an hour, just because they won't be getting the food, and that'll come out of their own pocket, and got everything else together. And so get some names in. We have suggested that each member try to nominate or present at least one candidate, and so then we can go from there, and that can grow the club. A lot of other clubs have done this in the satellite clubs that usually end up being larger than the host clubs, because people have more flexibility with the meetings in the afternoon. So, and I don't mind calling them if you want me to contact them, but it's good for them to have someone that they know in the club. And that's basically, this is, they have good moral character, and our people of the community will be welcome. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me or Jason, and we can give you more information. Dora.
I was gonna bring these, new town managers today, but I forgot to look at his calendar. He's gonna come next week, and Katie and I would like to sponsor.
Oh,
Yeah, say rotate.
Girl, rotating. Okay.
Right, Katie? Is that good?
It's essential to my job survival. Right, yeah, so we're looking forward to seeing
Next
next
week
week.
will be a guest next week.
Thank
And then you guys know how to do Facebook.
And you've had some other good suggestions that I'm working on also.
I am too. I'm getting her name and I talked to Bill for them to be a speaker.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, thank you. So any other announcements or?
And that board, what the board said was made.
Oh, yeah, the board has voted to make Medi. Honorary member of Rotary.
I had the opportunity to go sit down and had a very pleasant visit with Mitty a few days before the end of June, and took her cupcakes to her, which she was glad to have. And she told me that reluctantly she needed to resign from the club, so because of the plans to leave the country, so the board accepted her resignation, but wants to make her an honorary member because of all she's done. It's for the club.
Yeah, for all that you have done, Betty, and that will make her a perpetual member.
Right.
Yeah, when you go back to Rotary, when you go back to the Philippines, you'll be able to remember there also. Thank you for everything you've done. I've got to continue to do because my husband Paul is on the Invisible History Committee, and he's still making calls and contacting people and doing stuff with that stuff. She may not be an official member, but she is still working on the Invisible History Committee. Yes, she really is. And again, thank you. Okay, now we got a program. We have a guest speaker. And that's Ron, so we talk about boys club.
Safe.
Boys safe. Boys safe.
I don't know why I did or not. I haven't put my other hat on, my foundation hat. So, Katie, please come up here. So, Katie. Yeah. Thank you for being Paul Harris. Us four. $5,000. Very good. Wow. My voice stayed out on. I thought, I've been doing counselor down there for 15 years. And I thought you probably don't know what voice states. Now, you do now. And we have a voice state graduate right here from West Virginia. They lived out against. Yeah. So
I had a friend I met in 1966. It took me 60 years. We're still close friends.
So anyway, it's so there is boy state and there's girl state. They both got at the same time. They both got the same theme. Well, so the boy state and the girl state takes a rising senior, so they have to have completed a 3-year role, and they go down to wherever boy state is held. It's held at Radford University for boy state. It's held at Longwood for girl state. This year we had 480 boys signed up, which is way more than we used to have pre-COVID. So they go down there for a week. They report in, girls do too, on Father's Day, which is a Sunday, and then the boys finish up on Saturday. So I'm going to try to take you to this. The theme is you are the 51st state. It's the state. Florida State is held in 49 of the 50 states. The only state it's not held in is Hawaii, because of the distance between the islands. And the Virginia Florida State is one of the premier Florida states. So you go in there, the boys show up, and registration. They are given a party reporting system. It's based. The Virginia Florida State is based off of the Virginia Commonwealth Constitution. So They're given a party, nationalist or federalist, and they're given a city. We have 12 cities, so about 40 boys in the city. I'm the chief city councilor in charge of my city, and I have 3 junior councilors that assist me. The boys will come in, they don't know each other unless they know each other's going on. They're not, they don't put anybody from the same school, high school, in the same city. So they don't know each other unless they're from, music or sports or some other model general assembly or whatever. And I tell them, I get to talk to them for the first 2 hours, and I say, when you leave here, you're going to make friends for life. I say, you don't know each other, you will know each other so well that you'll make friends for life. And you're going to learn about local and state government. So that I tell them, before you go to bed tonight, this is from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. You're going to elect a sheriff, and the sheriff's going to be in charge. So we have elections for the mayor, 4 delegates, and 2 senators from each city. So sheriff's in charge. A typical day, they go through. We bring in speakers for all positions. Mayors, senators, state delegates come in and tell them about their job, give them a little bit of history. This is how the General Assembly here in Virginia runs. And then we actually have people that work with our legislature, because the board's going to have 48 delegates, and we're going to have 24 senators, and they're going to go off and they're going to make legislation. Everybody else in the party is going to have a convention, caucus, and elect. First of all, they don't know what they stand for. They'll do their big plank. What is this? What does this party stand for? Three planks. Then they'll do elect an attorney general, a lieutenant governor, and a governor. Now all those 3 people in the state. So Duncan, Peters, my artists, either come down or on Zoom for the voice. This year we had the Attorney General Myers. The other one's soon. So and they get the same thing from, like I said, Commonwealth attorneys coming. So the city is doing just like an incorporated city. They have a mayor, they have the delegates and the senators, and then they have what comprises a typical town or a typical city. So they have 6 council members, they have a Commonwealth attorney, commissioner of the revenue, treasurer, a city clerk, circuit court judge, and they elect those by the city. They have 2 full-blown elections where they elect them. Each party nominates the mayor, 4 delegates, and 2 senators, and then they actually go through an election process like they do here. So the city has an electoral board that also serves as the election, officers of the election, and they check the people's ID to make sure that they're eligible to vote, and they have to fill out a form, so they vote for that, and then they also have one more election like that where they elect the governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general. So it's fast paced. Typical day starts 6:30 in the morning. Wake up and ends at 11:30 at night. It's pretty tough on me. I only get about 5 hours of sleep at night, but the boys are just absolutely top notch. All the boys and all the girls, girls stay all top notch. You know, I tell the boys, you know, you can say, you get up there, you may have never lost an election all the way through high school, but I'm here to tell you that everybody, all your peers here are equally as qualified as you are, and you're gonna probably lose an election. And we had one boy that ran for everything. He finally got elected our city council.
But we also have a chaplain.
Newspaper reporter. They put out a newspaper 6 days, and they do that. Then there's an alumni association that you can at least for us, Virginia has alumni. You can go on there, you have alumni. They get scholarships. Boys, were sent off to Boys Nation, which is Boys State on steroids. Go up to Arlington State, Marymount College, and they are actually senators from their state. So they go over and they meet with Congress. Matter of fact, they're meeting 10 days to start. So they meet for 10 days and they do that stuff. So they get scholarship. Those boys get scholarship. The 2 boys get scholarship. I have one in my city. And then they compete. Each city competes for best city. Each city selects a best citizens. Closed ballot. So, you know, they don't know. And then so it's just a fabulous program. I encourage you to have kids, make your grandkids. I encourage you to mention that. Because like I just said, every state except Hawaii has this program. It's run by the American Legion and the auxiliary, American Legion Auxiliary runs Girl State. So it's fabulous. It costs $500 this year to send a boy to Boy State. Thank you very much for the Big Charles. They sponsor 2 boys and they sponsor 2 girls. So we had, unfortunately, we had a boy that did not show up. Well, 3 that I interviewed, 2 boys from Broadwater, went. May have seen there was a third in the post. So we had Jake Haynes. His father is
Who's the judge?
yes.
Okay.
Brad Matt and Rockhampton County use the district judge. And then Grayson Ross was the other. So great boys. And it's a great program. Please talk it. I'm available to anybody if they want to know anything more. Virginia has a website that has all the information, vavoicestate.org. It's great. I wanted to let everybody know what Voice State's about. So it really teaches state and local government. And, you know, here are 2 boys going to be going to Voice Nation and they're going to be at the federal level. Yes.
What's the recruitment and/or nomination process?
Okay, I never have any problem with law because they send boys every year, and you know they only have maybe it's most in a graduating class 20 boys. That's a lot. Last year they only had 3 boys in graduate that were going to be juniors and seniors, and none of them wanted to go. It's the first time in 16 years that I didn't have a boy from Baltimore. Northampton County is different. I mean, it's tough. I went out with our auxiliary person, and we gave him a presentation to the entire junior class this past year, and no girls, 1 boy. And fortunately, that boy didn't go. But last year, girl from Northampton and she loved it. I recommended that she go. I talked to her mother and talked to her, and she went. And she was the salutatorian for the school. She's doing UVA. Hampton City, which is a men's school, they give $100,000 scholarship to anybody who wants to. Wow. So, and we may eventually be moving because the costs have risen. I said 500 this year. Yeah, we've already said that next year it's going to cost us 600. We lost this year. It cost $673 per boys, and so it's not cheap. Food is expensive, and these guys have healthy appetites. They also do activities in the afternoon. They have sports as a city, and then they also have other things like better speaking program, moot court. Moot court is each city has a moot court. 5 boys, they have to attend a moot court. If they want to run for attorney general, or if they want to be on the Supreme Court, and they actually get a case, and they either have to defend it, prosecute it, and then there's a competition that goes all the way up to the two left, and it's actually decided by the Virginia Boys Supreme Court. The previous ones are done by Commonwealth attorneys that have come to pitch what a Commonwealth attorney is and what they do, or a circuit court judge. So it's a great program. The boys learn a lot about local and state government, and they have a great time. Yes.
How long do they stay at Boys Camp?
Boys State goes from Sunday to Saturday, so it's a full week. Parents are invited to come down on Friday. Graduation is Saturday morning. Parents are allowed to come down Friday. They have a college day in the afternoon. We have 40 colleges present. Almost every college in the state of Virginia. We have the University of Utah there, Alabama, Tennessee, all the academies. And I tell the boys, I say, if you're interested in the military and you're going to want to go to, I ask for a raise of hands. How many boys here, parents, over the military? Over half of the boys. And I said, so if you're interested in the military academy, on the application says, have you attended boys state or girls state? BMI, have you attended boys state? I'm not sure about that because it has 4 cadets, but it's a big discriminator. It's a very big discriminator. It looks good on the resume. So, yeah.
I'm not sure I'm good. Are you saying that any of the kids that want to go, the process starts?
The process starts. It starts with the school, and what I do is I send a letter to most schools in the fall saying, "Here's what it's about, and I need you to nominate 3 boys and 3 alternates per school, and that you want to have, and that's where it starts."
So if there is a team that wants to go because they've learned about it,
So then you need to talk to the guidance counselor and say, I'm interested in going to boys state or girls state. Okay, that's how it starts. The process. And it starts with the word of mouth. Okay, just like anything else. I go out, if I see boys, or I know a friend of mine has a boy or a grandson, I'm telling you that. That's how it happens. So, but it's a great program. But it also, the school has to be involved. Unfortunately, Broadwater, they have great guidance counselors, and it's close knit. Northampton County, I had almost all of the class in here. We talked to them. We said, please come down here if you're interested. And I had one boy and there was one girl that came down. And, it's just, they got other things on them. I mean, So it's a commitment, it's a commitment for a week, but for the parents, they got their boys off doing something great for a week.
So there's no cost to the parent?
Nope, except they have to get the boys and the girls down to the school. So I get them together, and so they talk and they can figure out who wants to carpool. And Bradford 5.5 hour drive. We're trying to get something centrally located. We may end up going to Hampton City. I don't know. So we'll see.
How many attended the real most recent boys state and girls state?
Okay, so girls state is capped at 250. Boys state, we can accept. We could accept that up to 800 boys. We had 480 boys that enrolled. We unfortunately had some medical problems. We had 18 boys did not show up. We accept everybody that's on the alternate list, so it's a great program.
Where does it take place?
Bradford University,
And how many did you have before COVID?
800.
So I'm curious about one, the number from,
I think it's a combination. First of all, that work, it just kind of died, and now we're trying to build it back up. But still, it's just they got boys, children today. They got other things that's more important. So, like I said, we pitched the program. It's a great program. It's you learn about government. I will say that the American Legion has put a bill together. I don't know if it went at the last General Assembly, but they wanted to put civics back into the high schools.
Yes.
At the junior level, that they all, it's mandatory that you take civics, because I will say that this in Virginia, 80% of the money goes to STEM, and the other 20% goes to everything else. So history, music, arts, civics. All right, anything else? Any other questions?
Did you meet my grandson?
What's his last name?
So.
Sullivan? You know, I see.
Ask.
Actually, let's see, I had him. All the cities are named after Virginians. Okay, so Patton, Marshall, Henry, Washington.
Oh, these are soldiers.
Not necessarily so.
So Jefferson was one?
No. I guess you could say they were, because we had to get rid of Lee, who's Stewart.
Trade.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you very much.
And I had not known what the bill said to you about it. Very good. And so, thank you very much, Michael. And we're happy to support them, and hopefully we'll continue. Hopefully we'll get more interest in civics and community, and I want to say we're politics, we're just community and government, and because we need to keep that interest going, especially in the younger generations. So thank you again. All right. We have two more projects to be mentioned that informed and brought us up to date. One.
Well, in the interest of time, I just want to thank some of the Rotarians who've helped out with the bookmobile. We've been at 3 events so far there, and 7 Rotarians have helped out. Stan Plowden and David Wilcock stamped books to get them ready for the bookmobile. Chip Miller has signed up for the next event, which is going to be on the 16th. Diane Dawson was out on a very hot and slow 4th of July. Mark Usry also helped on the 4th of July, and Dr. Betty read at the Juneteenth celebration in Expo. We're going to be meeting next week with Lisa Martin just to talk about promotions so we can try to get more kids. And thank you all, and thank you to those who have signed up and are sort of on the call list for future events.
And Mark is talking about the clock, dedication of the clock.
The foundation of the clock is going in. It should be finished by the end of the week. The clock is on location. The plaques are not. We're looking at a date, and I just wanted to get some feedback from you all very quickly. It's looking like the 26th of July, August 2nd, one of those 2 weekends. Anybody know of anything that's going on that would cause problems on those dates? We were thinking that maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday because a lot of our donors are from out of town, and that would let them come in for the weekend they chose to. And I had asked Betty if there was some way that we could have something for mimosas or screwdrivers or just orange juice or iced tea or something, some kind of refreshments for the event up to $250.
So the board will take that and get back with you, but I don't there may be a problem, but expect for any. We'll let you know. And so if anyone has any challenges with those days, please let us know, let Mark know, let us know, let anyone on the executive board know, so we can have this turnout for this beautiful memorial clock that we'll be putting in downtown Cape Charles.
26, we're going to work the food truck.
That's July, that's
So
July.
August 2nd then.
Yeah, that's it. That's at 6. That's at 6 p.m. 6 to 9 p.m. and this would be at 10:30.
One's July, one's August.
Yeah. Okay. So we're leaning towards August. In case those were the words, we'll get feedback. Thank you for that, Stan. And so we'll see where we go with one of those 2 dates. Thank y'all very much. And I'm going to test.
And will we have fun? Yeah.
Now,